America's biggest loss. A war that reshaped Asia forever. A conflict that triggered one of the worst refugee crises of the modern world. But how did the world's strongest military lose to a tiny, war-torn nation? Today we rewind the entire Vietnam story, from the collapse of French rule to America's entry to the Indochina refugee crisis. Let's rewind history fast. Vietnam was part of French Indochina for nearly 70 years. After World War II, 1945, Ho Chi Minh declared independence and formed the Democratic Republic of Vietnam. But France refused to leave. Tension exploded, and the First Indochina War began. 1954, Dien Bien Phu. A shocking defeat. Vietnamese forces surrounded and destroyed the French fortress after 56 brutal days. France surrendered. The Geneva Accords divided Vietnam at the 17th parallel. North Vietnam Communist under Ho Chi Minh, South Vietnam backed by the United States. This division was meant to be temporary, but it became a front line of the Cold War. 1960, the conflict intensifies. President John F. Kennedy increases U.S. advisors from 900 to 16,000. America begins funding the ARVN, the South Vietnamese Army, and starts counterinsurgency operations. But the South is unstable. 1963, President Ngo Dinh Diem is overthrown and killed in a U.S.-backed coup. Buddhist protests, political chaos, and corruption tear the South apart. The Viet Cong grow stronger. 1964, the Gulf of Tonkin incident. 2 U.S. destroyers claim they were attacked. Congress passes the Tonkin Resolution, giving President Lyndon Johnson a blank check for war. 1965, Operation Rolling Thunder begins. Massive U.S. bombing across North Vietnam. 1966, troop numbers reach 184,000. 1967, search and destroy missions spread across the countryside. 1969, peak deployment. 536,000 American troops. America believes helicopters, napalm, Agent Orange, and air power will crush the enemy. Spoiler alert, it didn't. 1968, the Tet Offensive. North Vietnam launches surprise attacks on more than 100 cities during Lunar New Year. They fail militarily, but win psychologically. Americans watching on TV realize the war is nowhere near victory. Public support collapses. 1969, Nixon begins Vietnamization, training ARVN to fight while U.S. forces withdraw. 1970, America secretly bombs Cambodia to cut supply routes. 1971, Laos invasion fails. 1972, U.S. troops leave combat. 1973, Paris Peace Accords are signed. America's combat role officially ends. 1975, North Vietnam launches the Spring Offensive. ARVN collapses city by city. April 30th, the Fall of Saigon. Helicopters evacuate the last Americans from rooftops. The war ends. 1976. Vietnam is officially reunited under communist rule. The rebuilding begins, but the scars remain. Why did America lose? Reason 1. America fought a traditional war. Vietnam fought guerrilla warfare. Tunnels, booby traps, ambushes. Tanks and bombers meant nothing in dense jungle. Reason 2. Ho Chi Minh had massive local support. For many Vietnamese, this wasn't communism, it was independence. Reason 3. South Vietnam was unstable, corrupt, and heavily dependent on U.S. backing. Reason 4. No clear objective. Stop communism? Hold territory? Destroy Viet Cong? Even soldiers didn't know. Reason 5. The Tet Offensive shattered public trust. Reason 6. The war spilled into Laos and Cambodia, turning it into a massive Indochina conflict. The human cost was devastating. Vietnam, 1 to 3 million deaths. Cambodia, 275,000 to 310,000 deaths. And soon after, the Khmer Rouge genocide. Laos. Then, the boat people crisis. From 1975 to 1990, millions fled Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. More than 200,000 died at sea, one of the largest refugee crises since World War II. The Vietnam War didn't just end a conflict, it reshaped Asia, toppled governments, altered the Cold War, and forced millions from their homes.